My name is Patrick. Here at this channel, I have a question for our political analyst. We have seen recently what has happened in Congo, how the government of Congo has dealt with the Kulunas, the bandits group. According to the death of the Kulunas, such an execution, what is the impact to the Congo people? Does it mean that the government has made the best choice, the best decision ever? And if so, will that help Congo and Africa at large? I would like you to give us some thought about it.
Thank you, Patrick. Once again, Happy New Year. It's extremely absurd that in 2025, in the 21st century, you can have idiotic leaders to the extent of executing young people without passing through any legal means or any other settlement to have these young people so that they negotiate or train them or rehabilitate them. It's very disheartening. We had started the year in a good way, only to wake up. When you look at those young people, it's very devastating that this level of stupidity can still happen in Africa. We used to have a leader here in Uganda called General Idi Amin. I'm told those who travel a lot to Britain and other places, when you tell them Uganda, they still ask you about Amin. Just because of some of the killings, including killing an archbishop. Now you have Mr. Tshisekedi Felix. And I want to call heavens that such a leaders, God will punish them. I can't imagine how young people, 170 souls, young souls, can be extinguished instead of providing leadership, instead of looking for solutions to stop insecurity, instead of stopping militias, instead of stopping Interahamwe who are killing people, instead of making it a den of criminals, ADF rebels who kill people in Uganda. Tshisekedi, what kind of leader are you? How can you kill young people who are demanding for good governance, who are demanding for employment, who are demanding for livelihood? Is the Congo your mother's garden? It's very disheartening. I can't imagine. I think we need a new revolution in Africa. It's unfortunate that the African Union has failed to carry out its mandate. What is the role of African Union? How can somebody wake up in 2025 and kill young people? This kind of hooliganism, which they are calling politics in any country, must be stopped. This level of radicalism, this level of hate, you can't imagine how, instead of looking for new initiatives, new technologies of how young people can compete in Africa with the Chinese and Indians, an African leader wakes up who has failed to provide leadership, who has failed to open roads in one of the richest countries in the world. Mr. Tshisekedi, what have you done with the gold and the diamonds and uranium in Congo? How many new schools have you built since you came to power? How many new universities? And this question goes to other African leaders. Countries are not personal properties. You cannot be destroying countries, killing young people, disadvantaging them, and you are saying you're a leader. You're a disgrace. Secretary General of African Union. What's your role? What's the role of African Union? Where are the African leaders? Who should condemn Tshisekedi? Where is the UN? Where are the churches? Church, where are you? What's your role? How can a leader? I don't know. I think it is an abuse to call him a leader. He doesn't deserve. I don't know. He's dishonorable. You are obnoxious. You are oblique. You are obscene. You are wicked. Because it's worse than witchcraft. And Tshisekedi, let me warn you. There are many dictators who are like you who ended badly. Nebuchadnezzar was more powerful than you. Saddam was more powerful than you. The man of Sudan was more powerful than you, and many other dictators. I think we need to organize a new African revolution that was based on Ubuntu and what the Mandelas did, what the Kambarage Nyerere's did, what Kwame Nkrumah's did. I can't imagine. In such a country, Congo, what kind of parliament do you have? That a leader, did he decide as an individual? Do we have a security council? Do we have high command in that country? Where are the archbishops? Is Kisekedi still called a leader? In our country, Uganda, we're going to go to elections. Recently, we had an unfortunate incident, and one of our MPs, a young MP, in his 30s, called Segirin, from humble beginnings, died. Whatever causes it is, but it was unfortunate he died young. At the burial, people created chaos. It was a battlefield, and they are going to repeat these mistakes in 2026. In the last elections, we lost around 50 young people because of misunderstandings. I hope security in these African countries and Uganda, police, army, other bodies of security, it's important that you do intelligence before you talk to young people. These members of parliament who are too many and doing nothing, you should be able to warn young people. It's not a question of throwing stones, fighting with the police or army. Elections should not be a battlefield. Elections should be about choosing leaders. Leaders who are effective. Leaders who will provide clean leadership. You can't start wasting lives of young people. I want to suggest to young people, even when you want to do politics, it is your mother who will lose you. It is your brothers who will lose you. It's your siblings. This business of saying that you are going to engage with security and you want to kill them, they are likely to kill you. Because there are many people who are very unreasonable. It is criminal for African leaders to end lives anyhow. Mr. Tshisekedi, you have made 2026 a year of grief. Because those 170 young people are God's children. They are my brothers. Not that I'm a Congolese, no. I'm a Ugandan. But I care. They are human beings. You are a disgrace to humanity. And unless you repent and change, you will end badly. This is a prophecy. Mr. Tshisekedi Felix, you are a rich man. But with that kind of idiotic mind, with that criminality, with that mafiaism, with that high-handedness, with that wickedness, you will end badly. Congo is not your private estate. Congo is not your shop. Congo is not your school. Congo is not your personal estate with your father or your mother or your clan. Congo is a country. To many young people and other old people, it's a country, it's an African country. Africans are supposed to be proud of our Ubuntu. We are supposed to be proud of our great nations and continent. But what you've done is again a failure, like what happened in Rwanda during the genocide. And 1 million people were killed. And people were arguing about the size of the nose, the height. You are a Hutu, I am a Tutsi. In northern Uganda, we had the war for 20 years. Some MPs were here speaking English. As people were in refugee camps, they were going to American embassies. Some of those people who were making speeches in Kampala have changed since the other time. From Konyi's supporters, from UPC, now they are ministers. And people died, young people died. Younger people lost education. They were not educated for 20 minutes. The economy of northern Uganda was shattered because of selfishness. Let me call upon African leaders, and politicians especially. The things you do will affect the future generations. You are bringing a curse to your family, and be careful. The things you do will follow you. Evil must be called by name. Tshisekedi, you are a disgrace.